Hey there. Welcome to Two Blues Licks in 5 Minutes. In sticking with this tips, tricks, and secrets theme, we're going to go over a few different things today. Not specifically guitar blues licks. We're going to go over turnaround and kind of choppy rhythm kind of fill that goes along with the blues chord progression. The trio that I used to be in used to play Sweet Home Chicago, and we would do it in the key of G, and straight G major, 3-chord 1-4-5 blues. And for soloing, we've been talking about G minor pentatonic, and we can apply that G minor pentatonic scale perfectly to this G major blues progression song. The little lick, the turnaround, is actually, we used to use it as an intro to the song, a starting point. Rather than count a 1, 2, 3, 4 off, we would start the song like this, and right into "Come on, baby, gonna go, hey hey," and that little turnaround intro in this position is simply taking an index on the G. Right on the E string here, G note, 3rd fret, grabbing the F here on the B string, which would be the 6th fret with the pinky, and just, this is a typical turnaround, going down the line of frets. Okay. And then we're gone. To get into the progression itself, to get into the song, we're using these 9th chord. I guess these are 9th chords without the 5th up here. So this is like a D sharp 9 down to a D9. So you put that together, it sounds like this. Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? And that would be our intro, and that would also be used for in between verses. So we're as a turnaround, of course. You're coming out of back to my sweet little town, sweet home. You're coming out of the verse, sweet home Chicago, and into the second verse. So that's a little trickster that can be used in G major. That, of course, is movable. Okay, the other piece, this other, I guess I'd call it a fill. It's a little lick that goes in between chunks of verse. So it sounds like this. Okay, and it would go, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Okay, so you can see where that gets placed in between the chunks of each chord during the verse. If you look at it, it's the top bit of a B flat chord, a chunk of C chord, and a chunk of G chord. So, and they're all notes that are in B flat, C, and G, of course, that are in the G minor pentatonic scale. The fingerings and frets, B string, 6th fret, middle finger on the G string 7th fret. And that's that little top part of a B flat chord. The top part of the C chord here is, and this is how I do the fingering of it, the ring finger on the B string 5th fret, the middle finger on the G string 5th fret. So you're playing an E and a C. You put those two together, you've got the B flat section. Slide it down, and now you're sliding down to the top part of a G chord, which is index finger on the 3rd fret B string and the middle finger on the G string 4th fret. Hope I said that all correctly. So put those together. Most difficult thing is the sliding and the switching off between the fingerings. You've got to go to index to this to this. So you're going index, middle finger, ring finger, middle finger, back to index, middle finger. So and I sometimes bottom it off with the bottom part of the G chord, playing that portion of it. So come on, baby, do you wanna go? See, now I made a mistake there. You got to be careful when you are doing these switches. My sweet little town, sweet home Chicago. So there's two little tricks: a turnaround in G, a G blues tune, and the filler, that little filler lick, which again is also movable. If we were playing it, if we were playing that little lick down in E, it would sound something like this. Okay, and it's movable up and down the neck. You can, if you're in G, you play it where we went over it. If you're in E, you play it there, etc. If you're up in a D chord up here, just move it to the correct frets. Fingering wise, whatever's comfortable with you. I gave you the fingering that I use. You could do something different if it's easier for you and it works smoothly. You practice your method and get fluid at it, and you can do that little lick and the turnaround, and that'll be a part of your toolbox. So we're veering off a little here, off of the official kind of 2 licks, to go over some of these tips, tricks, and secrets. We talked before about, in the last episode, about using the 1-4-5 kind of root notes, or a mini G box, a mini C box, and a mini D box. So that's a different way of looking at the G minor pentatonic scale. And here we're kind of going outside of that, like I say, that box, and we're talking about a turnaround and a fill. Okay, and again, these things can be incorporated into a solo, into improvisation. If you're doing this over a G, you can work that into a solo. This is my idea of a typical turnaround. Oh impression of a turnaround? Here you go, ready? One, a typical turnaround for me. 1, 2, 3. Kung Fu Master, never give away all secrets.
Lick.
You can incorporate these things, you can work this lick into a solo during the song, for instance. Have fun.